Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and I'm going to be getting into Mike Lindell's wild claims about churches and encouraging pastors to abandon the Johnson Amendment. But first, I got to say, I'm just thrilled to see Obama back out there. The guy is so effective and makes it look so easy. I mean, this is one of my many favorite moments.
I remember the first time I went in the store, right after Malia was born. I was like, what? That's how much diapers cost? I remember changing diapers. You think Donald Trump ever changed the diaper? Yeah. I almost said that, but I decided I shouldn't say it.
Didn't need to say it. They said it for him. Just let it cook out there. You know, Trump saw this, and it could have been during one of his diaper swaps, and Eric's golden turd tongs were tossed against a wall. Actually, he could have tossed one into the crowd at his recent rally and not hit a person. This isn't before or after. It's mid-rally. He's speaking, and look at all that empty. Remember when Kamala called him out? This is why it irked him, because it's true. Meanwhile, you have Tina Peters' associate, Kari Lake, face-planting at her debate.
I want to make sure that UVF is protected. I have many friends who are here. They're my friends today because of UVF. And I have many of my friends who have had children and experienced the joy of motherhood and parenthood because of UVF.
3 times fool? Forget the face filter. She needs one for her brain. The best thing about her saying UVF over and over is for some reason it reminded me I need to rewatch UHF. Man, did I love that when I was younger. But wait, there's more.
Diego wants to take the choice away from us. He doesn't really care about women's rights. If he cared about women's rights, first of all, I'm astounded that he actually knows the difference between a woman and a man, because I thought there were, 147 different genders. I do care about women's rights. I come from a family of women, and I have a daughter of my own and many nieces and nephews. And
It is hilarious for her to laugh off genders when she pivots to her family of women and notes she has many nephews. Like, I'm sure there's an 8-year-old boy getting punched in the arm on the playground right now because his clown-faced Trumper aunt said he was a strong woman.
You want to do more than just, that extra step. If you know someone, if you go, whatever church you go to, encourage that pastor to speak out. Encourage your congregation. Get out and vote. You got to vote. You don't get to say this time, maybe the Republicans, this time the Democrats. No, you guys, this is an evil uniparty that we have to get rid of. This is deep state globalist. This is beyond anything you could ever imagine. And don't think that, my vote won't count because Mike Lindell said the machines are going to vote for us anyway. No, this is the one chance we get to override that. We have caught them. They were caught in 2020, everybody. We're not letting go of that. We're using everything, every resource we have from that, but we need to finish the job here.
Every resource. Hey, you should get Tina Peters to help you. Oh, that's right. Your nonsense got her locked up for 9 years. He's just recruiting people to fill jails at this point. I do find it hilarious that this lot calls us the sheep when Lindell repeatedly calls pastors pastures.
And, maybe that's part of the Johnson law, that the pastors are afraid to say, hey, get out and vote. If you're a pastor out there right now, all you got to say is go out and vote. Get out there and vote. You don't have to say even who to vote for. You want to help save our country, get out there and vote. That's all you have to say, because it's so pronounced right now. I mean, you think someone's going to say, I'm pastor, who should we vote for? Well, do your own research. Go to vocal.com and check it out. The pastors can use that. I mean, if you are there's 2 things, and I'm speaking specifically to the pastors of this country.
Oh, maybe that's part of it. It's definitely part of it. And when he wants people to do their own research, it's to get all their information from his one-sided dumpster fire conspiracy theory website. If you think Fox, Newsmax, and RSBN are bad, imagine you're someone doing their own research because your pasture directed you here. No justice, weather manipulation, diamond and silk. Well, just silk. Do you believe the weather is being manipulated? Weaponizing the weather. Medical freedom, the truth about elections with Tina Peters. Wayne Allen Root, Rudy Giuliani. FEMA, evil or inept. FEMA is the disaster. This is war.
Look at your values and just push the values on your congregation. Say, hey, our Christian values, this, and this. Which, let's see, which one stands for what here?
No, our
It doesn't take rocket science to get the word out, but
I would love to look at my Christian values. I would, but the Bible, the one I'm allowed to read, is the Trump one, and I'm still making payments on it. I'm waiting for it to ship from China, so they're going to have to put that on hold for now. I make this show 100% on my own, thanks to you. If you love what I do, drop me a super thanks, consider leaving me a PayPal tip, or hit the join button to support what I do here.
there's millions of churches in this country. I could be wrong, but I believe there's millions. And who's going to fact check me? Alan Duke, the Facebook fact checkers, who, by the way, you never see him fact check anymore because he knows it's all true. It's a little different this time around, isn't it? It'll be interesting.
There is no official directory for all the congregations in the country, so sociologists of religion have to rely on statistical estimates extrapolated from surveys. These are often disputed, and to complicate matters, thousands of new churches open each year, while thousands of others actually close. Hartford Institute estimates there are roughly 350,000 religious congregations in the United States. Of those, about 314,000 are Protestant and other Christian churches, and 24,000 are Catholic and Orthodox churches. Non-Christian religious congregations are estimated at about 12,000. Again, Christianity's under attack. Like, I don't think so.
We need to go, when you go to your church to do your praying, you need to encourage everyone there to get involved in this election and tell them your concerns. I don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican. It needs to be talked about. The church can't sit back anymore. This is a spiritual battle of good and evil of epic proportions. This is historical, everybody. And if you can't be brave, go to see. I don't care if you sit outside your church or afterwards or whatever. And the Johnson law, Johnson Schmonson. I mean, if you're a pastor, you go out there and you speak out. What are they going to do? They're going to say, oh, yeah, we're going to shut you down. This is for all the marbles.
The guy saying it's for all the marbles lost his a long time ago. And for those not aware, the Johnson Amendment prohibits all 501c3 nonprofit organizations from endorsing or opposing political candidates. This includes charitable foundations, universities, and churches. The amendment is named for then Senator Lyndon B. Johnson of Texas, who introduced it in a preliminary draft of the law in July 1954. Trump vowed at a national prayer breakfast to totally destroy the Johnson Amendment, and he never did. Efforts to repeal the Johnson Amendment have been criticized. One concern is that political campaign contributions funneled through such organizations would be tax deductible for donors, and that such contributions would not be disclosed since churches are exempt from reporting requirements required of other 501c3 organizations. Other concerns include the potential damage to public trust in nonprofit and religious organizations if they were to begin endorsing candidates. Polls have shown the majority of both the general public and the clergy oppose churches endorsing political candidates.
Howard Stern, he's a weak guy. He's weak. He's going, what about, It was so ridiculous. Even she was embarrassed. It was like softball. But all of them. Howard, I knew him very well. I was on the show many times. I used to think he was good. Then I dropped him. And I dropped him like a dog. And
yeah, drop those dogs. I drop my dog all the time. Hey, Rusty, you're getting dropped. Imagine being this far in life and having no clue what dogs do. People don't drop dogs. Maybe scale back on using man's best friend in a negative way. Kamala was on Howard Stern. It's like an entertainment comedy show. I don't know why you were expecting like an interrogation. It was casual, and still some great points were brought up and discussed. Now, if you didn't notice in that last piece, Lindell lost 3 on a Zoom call, and the last one has just been getting a beverage and packing up, and continues to, while he continues to repeat that pastors should just forget the Johnson law, and this is for all the marbles. Lindell is always blabbing and not paying attention. Here's another great one. This guy really wanted to show Lindell that he had a My Towel, or whatever they're called, a MyPillow towel. And Lindell didn't even notice his own product. And he was waving it around. And after several minutes, he just sets it on his lap, and it sits there for ages. I mean, maybe Lindell did see it and he ignored him. I mean, the guy isn't in a bathroom with a towel. He's in his office. That thing's taken a beating Mike Johnson style. Maybe Lindell just didn't want to acknowledge the crusty elephant in the room.
it bothers me that we tried to do this secular society thing for like the last 60 years, because there's no such thing as a secular society, in my opinion. I tell people there's only transition from Christianity to Satanism. And in the middle, it kind of looks secular. It looks like you can get away without Jesus, but it never gets there. It always ends up the other way. And history's proven that. You look at every major civilization's fallen, it's because of immorality and rampant sin. And so
these people only want one religion, and immorality and rampant sin is the core of conservatives like worldwide. The guy he's talking to has been to prison multiple times, wore an ankle monitor, and spent millions pushing the big lie. Alex here, still in the bunker with Marjorie. Again, good dude. Well, my Mickey Rourke and the wrestler here, Georgia Gremlin, has had the deep state globalists attacking her all week because she's the only one brave enough to tell the truth. Posting on Elon's right-wing echo chamber, yes, they can control the weather. It is ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done. I mean, it's true. And like we know, she's posted about the Jewish space lasers and wildfires, so it's like pretty convenient timing with the Yummy Kapoor. Did I say that right? I don't care. And I believe her. I do. But honestly, I know she is super conflicted because she is very religious. And if, like, the Dems can control the weather, then that means that they are more powerful than the God she pretends to believe in when she's playing sausage games with personal trainers, Newsmax hosts, and her favorite off-the-grid patriot. I'm talking about me. Full transparency, I'm not even close to the hurricane zone, okay? Like, we're good, but I spent like a solid 2 hours with Marjorie just like boarding up the exposed bunker windows, you know, Village People style, in case Sleepy Joe or the guys that run show business sent some wind and rain my way. And when we got back in the bunker, we were both experiencing some post-construction labor passion. You know, changing out of our Temu hard hats and hot visibility vests, and I grabbed her 2 tan sagging skin arms, and I stopped her in her hog tracks. I get there's gear assisting us safely putting up plywood, and I know you want to remove the steel-toed boots, but the only thing I trust less than FEMA is the sight of what is connected to your femurs. We are talking parking lot sirloin meat knuckles with 7 mismatched toes that are a cross between half-eaten marbled cheese strings and those bottom-of-the-bag baby carrots with the dry white corners that you need tongs to put in the trash. They are awful. I'm not remotely concerned about a storm. I'm not. We're miles away. I'm concerned about a nanoparticle of your appendages that look like someone rubbed a moldy ginger root against Kimberly Guilfoyle's cake makeup cheek. So if you want me to rock you like a hurricane, then what is the rule, MTG?
The socks stay on.
The socks stay on. Wah, 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 you liberals are such babies. MAGA tears. Kamala only works hard under the sheets. MAGA tears. No matter what he says about us, Detroit stands with Trump. MAGA tears. You hear that clang? That is the sound of one of Trump's golden turd tongs being thrown against the wall after. I'll always love golden turd tongs. And that means they're more powerful than the God she pretends to believe in when playing sausage games with personal trainers, Newsmax hosts, and her favorite off-the-grid patriot. Where are we putting this? Many nephews. I'm sure there's an 8-year-old boy getting punched in the arm on the playground right now because his clown-faced Trumper aunt... I'm sorry. Yeah, she's ridiculous. We are talking parking lot sirloin meat knuckles with 7 mismatched toes that are a cross between marbled cheese strings. I would love to look at my Christian values, but the only Bible I'm allowed to read is the Trump one. Boarding up bunker windows in case Sleepy Joe or the guys that run show business send some wind and rain my way. I can confirm the Tommy Campbell Show is the best political comedy show on YouTube, and I hope you subscribe.